Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We're from Group 4. We want to presenting about international organization and environmental organization. First, we want to talk about what is international organization. According to Article 2, Paragraph 1 of Vienna Convention, international organization is a governmental organization are also referred to international governmental organization. International government organization is an organization with a membership of only states and usually founded with treaty or multilateral agreement. International organization is not rule over state, so the power is rests with the government or the member states. Not with the organization, and states are free to leave organizations or to ignore the organization. If it's not intergovernmental organizations, it would be international organizations that have supranational power. That means the organizations were able to govern its member and have a degree of independence from its members. The organization have right to exercise a degree of sovereignty over its member via lawmaking power over via lawmaking powers in certain areas that its member agreed to relocate to the supranational level. Also, they have its own currency. Besides the IGO, there is an international non-governmental organizations and hybrid international organization. International non-governmental organizations are organizations that either work at the international level or have international member. There is no exact number of international organizations that are currently active, but UN lists over 400 with consultative status. Meanwhile, hybrid international organizations are international organizations whose memberships comprises both states and civil society members. The states may be represented by government, department, or agencies, while civil society can be anyone or any organizations. Next.
Agreement and environmental issues, which are cross-border issues focused at the 1992 Rio de Janeiro meeting. The meeting was inter-UN Conference Environment and Development. The result of Rio meeting in the form of the Rio Declaration promoted the UN General Assembly from Commission on Sustainable Development, and intergovernmental body that become a focal point in the PP system for coordination with various UN programs that discuss environmental issues and issues. There have been many international agreements relating to environmental issues. For example, an environmental agreement relating to atmosphere regions, environmental agreement relating to regimes for high seas.
Next, this is the first IGO of our environment IGO. So this is UN environment Program, or UNEP. The UNEP is the main international UN organization that has a focus on the environment. UNEP itself was founded in 1972, which has a work program that is to conduct scientific monitoring and research at global and regional levels and provide policy recommendation to the government. UNEP also collaborates and provide capacity support at the national level with the aim of raising environmental issues in development. UNEP in this case, as an international organization that acts as a catalyst, advocate, educator, and facilitator in promoting sustainable development of global environmental conditions. So UNEP is have the work and the efforts to addressing the tendency of worsening global, regional, and national environmental condition. The second, they will building national and international environmental instruments so that they are aware to care about the environment. The third is strengthening institution in implementing environment management. So UNEP has a mission is to provide guidance program and encourage environment-oriented cooperation by inspiring, displaying, and creating an environmentally conscious nation and society, improving the quality of human life without ignoring the future sustainability of future generation. UNEP has a mandate to guide the authorities in managing the global environment and formulating a global environment agenda, and to create a sustainable development that is coherent with the United Nations system. This is why UNEP functions as an authoritative advocate for the global environment.
Okay, next. This is the two international government of international. The Green Cross International is environmental organization founded by former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev in 1993. Building open the work started by 1992 Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The organization concentrates its effort on 3 programs. The number 1 is environmental education and communication. The program includes the organization of international conference and competition, such as the Earth Dialogue, Environmental Millennium Award, and the Earth Charter Youth Contest, and the publication of the Green Cross Optimist magazine in 6 languages. It is worldwide distribution. There are also specific national projects such as promoting the Earth Charter Initiative, a general manifesto for a sustainable future that has been endorsed by thousands of organizations representing more than 100 million individuals and serve as universal code of ethics for people. And the 2, environmental consequences of war and conflict. This program works to mitigate the social, environmental, and economic consequences of damage attributed to war and conflict, especially chemical weapon of mass destruction. The example is the Chernobyl disaster and Vietnam War. And the number 3 is prevention and resolution of natural resources conflict. A project entitled Green Cross Water Conflict that work at local, national, and international level to prevent and resolve conflict in water-stressed region and promote access to water for life as a human right and encourage wide and active public participation toward integrating management of water resources, especially for international rivers basis in current underway. And the other project is energy and resource efficiency, talk which Green Cross promote new consumption pattern designed to promote energy conservation, stem climate change, and prevent our natural resources. The mission of Green Cross is to have ensure a just, sustainable, and secure future for all by fostering a values and cultivating a new sense of global interdependence and share responsibility in humanity's responsive with nature. Green Cross promotes legal and ethical behavior norms that ensure basic change in the value, action, and attitude of government, the private sector, the civil society, and necessary to build a sustainable goal community. Thank you.
Okay, this is the other of international organizations. International non-governmental organization relates to environmental issue are the Worldwide Fund for Nature of or abbreviated WWF. WWF itself is an international organization that focuses on world environmental issues that are engaged in environmental conservation and sustainable management of natural research. WWF was established on April 29, 1961 and was founded by Prince Bernhard of Lippe, Westerveld, Julian Huxley, Max Nicholson, Peter Scott, Guy Montfort, and Dudley Rockefeller. They are passionate people who are committed to signing the declaration that came to be known as the Morges Manifesto. WWF focus on addressing environmental issues and the diversity of flora and fauna on Earth. Meanwhile, trying to reduce an environmental damage caused by humans on this Earth. The main objective of WWF is to stop and repair the environmental damage that is happening and to build a future where humans live in harmony with nature. WWF mission is stop environmental degradation in the world and build a future where humans can live in harmony with nature. In a way, 1. Preserving biodiversity in the world. 2. Ensure the sustainable use of natural resources. 3. Promote pollution reduction and waste of natural resources. Efforts are also being made to save species diversity by promoting conservation that provides sustainable social and economic benefits for local communities. To restore ecosystem damage and reduce threats such as those caused by climate change and toxic chemicals. The approach taken is to collaborate with various parties to expedite the program to be run, also to establish good relations. Here are of WWF efforts in dealing with environmental problems and reducing the extinction of flora and fauna. 1. Climate and energy program. Climate drive the season and regulate weather patterns. In this era of globalization, there is increasing evidence that the climate has changed and can increase fires, increasing rainfall, changing habitat, threatening people's life and many other impacts. 2. Forestry program. In the last 50 years, in Indonesian, deforestation and destruction of tropical forests continue to increase every year. According to the World Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO, an average of 14.6 million hectares is lost every year. It often happens that forest areas are cut down, converted into agricultural or plantation land, but most of the nutrient content in the soil is very low. Finally, soil quality continues to decline to support life, preserve biodiversity, or even develop the economy. 3. Maritime Program Indonesia Marine fisher sector faces serious risks due to overall exploitation of all fish caught by small fishermen in coastal areas. 70 to 90% of fish that live on coral reefs. According to the Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, only 60% of coral reefs in Indonesia are in good condition. This organization supports the Kyoto Protocol, which is an amendment to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC, and international agreements on global warming. Thank you.
Last one is Greenpeace. Greenpeace is a non-governmental environment international organization dedicated to exposing environmental criminals and challenging government and corporations when they fail to live up to their mandate to safeguard our environment and future. The organization is made up of 2.8 million supporters worldwide and 250,000 in United States members to promote different tactics in eliminating the destruction of our environment, including animals, forests, and human beings. Greenpeace is an independent campaigning organization which uses non-violent creative confrontation to expose global environmental problems and to force solutions for a green and peaceful future. Greenpeace's goal is to ensure the ability of the earth of nurture life in all its diversity. That means they work to stop the planet from warming beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius to prevent the most catastrophic impact of the climate breakdown, protect biodiversity in all its forms, slow the volume of hyperconsumption, and learn to live within our means, promote renewable energy as a solution that can power the world. And the last is nurture peace, global disarmament, and non-violence. Greenpeace is well known for its protests around the world. They also attend international conferences, meet with politicians, advertise, and educate the people, just to name a few of the ways they fight for environment, and known for its direct action, and has been described as the most visible environment organization in the world that has raised environmental issues to public knowledge and influenced both the private and public sector. Greenpeace is funded almost entirely by donations given to them by passionate individuals from all over the world who cares about the planet and want to help spread change, and by some grants from private charitable foundations who share their values. Greenpeace screen all major donations in order to ensure it doesn't receive unwanted donation. The organization doesn't accept money from government, intergovernmental organizations, political parties, and corporations in order to avoid their influence. However, Greenpeace does receive money from the National Postcard Lottery, the biggest government-sponsored lottery in the Netherlands. Thank you.
Hey, yes, that's all from us. Thank you for your attention and see you when this pandemic is off.